One. Hey, YouTube. It's
Hello.
us. We're here.
We are here.
Back just in time.
I did.
Just in time. Welcome to the Morning After Music Show, the Thursday edition.
Yes.
Thursday.
We're still in emo February as well.
Even more. Some would argue even more emo than before.
Yeah, this.
Oh, I would argue it.
Like,
Probably heard me before, during the pre-show.
mm-hmm. Yeah, YouTube and Spotify's and podcast areas. You could have heard us bitching and complaining in the pre-show if you were over on Twitch, where we do this every Thursday and Sunday.
Oh, unaliving was mentioned.
I mean, we're millennials, and we also partake in the emo musics, so we all feel it sometimes. But we're gonna listen and talk about, I would say, a pinnacle emo album, mostly for the MySpace scene kids today.
Hi.
Right? I feel like it was a more scene than emo, right? Because it wasn't really aggressive stuff.
It's not aggressive
more
by any
like-
means. But
No, it was like you tried to hold hands with the girl at the cafeteria in 7th grade, and she was like, "Get the fuck away, fucking nerd," right? And then you're like, "Oh," and real sad. This is what you listen to.
that's true.
That's true. Every song sounds like the dude's about to cry.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and this band is called Lydia. All right. I don't know if you're super familiar with them. They're literally don't exist on YouTube, really. Even though they've been putting out music for a really long time, and Cody
Yeah.
will get into some of the history on that. But this album specifically, Lydia's Illuminate, I'm pretty sure came out in 2008 or 2007. 2008.
Yes.
Yeah. So this was like, we were sophomores in high school, and Cody was a junior because he's older than us. But like, this was a weird time, and for some reason we would listen to this and then like Job for Our Cowboy. And, like, I don't understand the connection between the two of these.
I'll tell you. You wanted to like this in public, right? You wanted to be like, yeah, I'm a big Lydia fan. I cried so hard to Illuminate. Like, it really touched my soul. What? No, I'm not. Don't call me that. I listen to Job for a Cowboy. I'm a man. Yeah, that's
true.
why.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was part of it.
I don't have
That's
emotions.
definitely
We're
I
not
didn't
talking
acknowledge-
about male mental health yet.
Dude, no, I didn't acknowledge that I listened to these guys until, was that 2012?
Yeah, when we went to go see them live and play with Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like we went to two emo,
Yeah.
wimpy in terms,
And
like
Tall
this is not-
Heart. Tall Heart was there.
a bunch of kids who literally went to shows to fight. Like, that's what we used to do. Went to Lydia and Copeland, and we
Yes.
went hard into the hipster music.
Oh, dude, I was going through a breakup at that time too. This was perfect.
Yeah,
It
That's
was
right.
for me. It was this
This
Ties
is-
of Man and Broadway
right.
on repeat.
I
dude.
feel like the indie rock that like every emo kid that was like trying to be all raw XD in high school, once they left high school, they were like, I gotta calm down, and then they became this. Right? That's what
I'm in
essentially this
college
music
now,
is.
and I'm sensitive. Okay,
Yeah,
I've got
like, I
a
wear my-
guitar in my dorm, and I will
Right.
play it on the rec circle field thing.
I just
What do you
realized
call
that I needed to wear
Bathroom?
glasses for the first time, and I get the Buddy Holly ones, right? And I trim my beard, right? I take showers,
I am not kidding.
and I also wear my beanie.
I am not kidding. I am getting a call right now. Hey, this is Rocket Mortgage. Heard that you're trying to remortgage your house.
Oh my god.
I'm not.
You don't
kidding.
even own a house.
I don't know where they're getting this.
Corey's been getting them for someone calling and saying, "Hey, you have an electric bill that's due in Ohio," and he's like, "I haven't lived in Ohio in 7 years. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Anyway, well, what you're getting at, I think, if I can safely assume, and I'm going to, is that you're a bunch of hipsters, and that this is hipster music. So
We
now
became-
I would
Wait,
like to know
hold on.
the question of the day.
Hold on.
Yes, what?
Whoa!
And that's for everyone that saw last week's episode. because that was the best delayed reaction of all time. Maybe go back and watch that video.
Oh my god, that
chat.
was amazing.
All right, YouTube, Spotify. For everyone on podcast, Brett zoomed into his face and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're good point there. Are we hipsters? And I will remember this. This was right around when maybe we discovered Minus the Bear for the first time, and I got a Minus the Bear T-shirt, and I took a picture of myself for Facebook. It was like the first year I got on Facebook, and I was like, "Look at me, I'm wearing a Minus the Bear T-shirt." And someone was like, "Well, look at you, you're a fucking hipster, aren't you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?"
From there, society
He's like,
collapsed.
"How dare you call me a hipster? I'm a metalhead that likes math rock. I listened to these guys before hipster stuff ever happened."
And there it was.
And I went right into the point, and I didn't know.
Yep.
Does that mean that I'm a true hipster? Like I am the OG of the OGs?
See, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing is that back then, being a hipster, you did not acknowledge that you were a hipster. Nobody, you could not say that you're a hipster.
You didn't
It
need
was
to.
not- it
Everyone
was not
knew.
cool. Well, yeah, true.
They couldn't do it over you telling them, "Oh yeah, listen to this band. You've never heard of them. It's cool."
Yeah. You guys ever heard of Deer Hunter? They have this thing called the color spectrum. You know, they go through all
It's
the
really
emotions.
cool. You're too stupid to like it.
Meanwhile, I'm drinking a PBR big ass beer that I haven't shaved in 4 months. Fucking flannel, khaki shorts, and some Toms. Like, what's up, dude? Like,
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
definition of I have a high horse and I'm looking down on you because I'm better.
Yeah.
So thank you, leads right into the question of the day is what's your favorite band that no one else knows about because you're a hipster?
oh, I got one. I have
know.
one. I have
Okay.
one right
I
off
know
the
you
bat.
do.
Okay.
We're doing one today.
I know.
Oh yeah, this is.
It
Yeah,
was,
this
it
my
was
pick.
your pick too.
Perfect.
I have another one that has even less. Hold on, I wanna get the official numbers for this shit. I want to see
I gotta look through
how
my list.
low this is.
You're right.
All right,
idea.
so for instance, Lydia, which is what we're doing today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they have.
Uh-huh.
That's actually respectable. That was way higher than I was thinking. Is 139,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Okay.
Give or take.
Give or take. That is sick. I love that I can't.
What?
You're not
What's
hearing.
happening?
You'll hear it in the playback.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You break some?
No, give me just a sec.
Okay.
Sorry,
happening?
sorry, technical difficulty.
Brett's doing the bit this time.
Oh no.
Oh no, what is this?
No.
He's got it.
It was literal.
He pulled out a ukulele and he's like, "You see this instrument? I bet you haven't even heard of it before."
I do have one. It is sitting in the closet.
Anyway, what happened?
Yeah.
I was the keyboard for some. You know how I have the Magic Mouse or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
The keyboard doesn't recognize the other computer all of a sudden, so I can't type. So I had to unplug the Bluetooth and move it over.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because all that's staying in.
Yes. Okay,
great,
so
great.
here's my band.
I've learned from Fuckface. Technical difficulties equals funny.
Equals
You want to
funny.
break your computer? Try to print out the entire law. Okay.
No.
Oh.
So here's my band. I'll show everyone too.
Yes.
Consider the Thief.
I will consider
Okay.
this.
381 monthly listeners.
Oh
wow,
my
that's
God.
low.
I'm gonna beat you, Brett.
Okay.
How? Who you got?
Are we trying to get the lowest monthly listeners?
I am
now?
the
Uh-oh.
I am the biggest hipster of all. Okay. I mean, you're kind of part of this because we found them at the same time while we were scrolling on MySpace.
I would say if you
But-
know him, then I probably know.
Okay.
right, I've
This
gotta
one's
get
not
caught.
even. This group's not even on Spotify. That's how low they are.
Okay.
Oh, I know who you're gonna say.
The Rise of Science.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
check. Maybe.
Nah,
No.
they don't exist.
never
They
been
only
on.
have one shitty compressed album playthrough on YouTube, and that's
Yep.
it.
From
Well, if
Casey.
we're doing this
Casey's the album.
for the competition,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Keep It a Secret. They've only got 87 monthly listeners.
Oh
win!
shit! Nice.
Dead mouth.
Good job.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold
Okay. All right.
on. We're doing the
They-
bit.
they
See, this
posted
is how we can do
something
this
today.
fucking. Oh no.
I'll give you even a better one. I'll give you a
Okay,
better one.
wait. Dead mouth. Give me
Okay.
the numbers. Who's gonna win?
I'm gonna say
Okay.
85.
Let me guess.
Okay, 85.
Monthly on Spotify.
I'm thinking it's gotta be at least like 200.
All right, Brett. Go to there. Go to their page.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, duh.
We're doing this bit live.
Oh wow.
Switch over to for everyone to
This is
see.
a good bit. That's how we can make that Spotify show work.
96.
96.
Oh, you win,
Keep us
bro.
I was
Everyone-
close. I was close.
You're always winning prices right, man.
Yeah.
I know numbers, dude.
Da, 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 da. Anyway,
No, I'll
That's
give
wild.
you another no-name band that everyone should have known. All right, and they have a really great album. It's called White Fang.
I knew that's where you were going.
God damn it.
The band's called Cassidy Kids. Okay.
You know,
Every song is called White Fang Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5.
we had Pier 6.
And they
Shut
all
up.
sound the same. That's true. I changed it to White Fang Part 4.
Jason
Oh,
did
shit.
ask for that last week, actually. I don't think you guys saw it. I think we were on break for a second. He posted it. He asked for our song.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we have like so many iterations of it somewhere that I don't... I think the latest one was the best one that we ever did.
Yeah. The one that was recorded in this room.
Yeah, the one that kind of sounded like Jimmy Eat World a little bit.
Yeah. With a weird outro that wasn't that great. I don't know why we did.
I don't know.
Anyway,
'Cause we-
anywho,
Sorry,
we've
my bad.
derailed this
Regard-
enough.
regardless.
My not joke answers before we did the bit was I was gonna go with like this town needs guns, giraffe,
Oh, yeah.
giraffe.
Giraffe.
The world is a beautiful place. I am no longer afraid to die. Classic. And then so I watch you from afar. You ever heard of them?
No,
Oh.
I have not.
Perfect.
Those were good. Those were good.
Thank you. Anyway, that was a
Yeah. So yeah, chat, YouTube viewers, what's the band that you listen to that no one else does? Put on your Buddy Holly glasses and tell us your answers below.
But first, I have a question for Brett. As we get into the
For me?
actual album review, and we're getting you picked this.
Yeah, okay.
So real quick, before we get into the history of it, I would like to know your history with this band and this album. But both of you can chime in because I have never heard of either before. So I'm sitting here with the boys in the corner. You can't see me because of the camo, but blended in. Please introduce us to this band Lydia and this album Illuminate.
Lydia. Okay. So this album, where it all started for me, really is, Josh kind of referenced it a few minutes ago. We used to just kind of sit in his computer room at his old house when we were growing up, and just go on MySpace and just we would click on a band that we know, and we would look at their top friends. Yeah, like because they always did like a top 8, and like it was for bands, it was usually other bands, and we would just go and go and go and go and go and just usually till like 3 or 4 in the morning, just listening to random shit. And this popped up, and it really intrigued me because the album cover that you can kind of see there, so those waves were separated, like everything was separate from each other, and so you see the waves like actually moving, and then you see the umbrella and her actually like blowing in the wind and the trees blowing, but they're all at different times because they're all different pieces. But that was the entire MySpace page, and it was really cool. I had never seen anything like that before, and then it started. So we started listening to it and we played it, and I believe Hospital was actually the first one because it was like the only single. But that started playing. I was like, this is really cool. It's different. It's just it, but it's cool, and I don't know. I just kind of. We were also getting into the hardcore scene at the time, so that was more, I put it on the back burner for a little bit, and then when we started getting through all that hipster phase stuff, they just kind of came back in rotation, and then I've been really hooked to them ever since, and that was around the time that we did go see them, which probably helped,
Right.
But yeah, that was my upbringing of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I think a lot of these emo bands that started their careers in that 2006 to 2010 space. Brett and I will probably have the same exact answers about like what our memories are for them because we were with each other
together. Yeah.
every fucking day.
Yeah.
Right? Like we discovered them at the same time. So I think with this band, yeah, like we did start listening to it. It's like, man, this is really interesting and really weird. We did want to have like a weird little acoustic, nothing side project band on the side of our Bullet for My Valentine cover band. That we were like, you know what, it'd be cool to make music. Oh my God,
I'm
Brett, just
not
pay your
kidding.
mortgage. Just pay your mortgage. It's enough.
Pay your bill that you don't have a house for. Yeah.
But
Just
yeah, like,
answer it and tell them you're recording a podcast, and you'll talk to them later. Shut the fuck up.
but yeah, like this band, different style than anything we were really listening to at the time, right? Because like we came from like a Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, Green Day space,
Duh.
and
Yeah.
then went into like, oh, we really like this weird metal. Thanks, dads, for showing us metal. And then we were like, that's not good enough. August Burns Red now, right? Like that's where we kept going harder and harder as we through our phases. But like Lydia was like, oh, I kind of like that, and there was like a little branching off of like the emo tree that we decided to like, we'll just keep them over there. And like you said, get around 2011, 2012, we get out of high school, go into college, and we were like, we don't listen to metal anymore. We're only indie kids now.
Yep.
And that's kind of like where we decided, like, rediscovered them, even though we knew about them again in the past. So, but yeah. And Cody, you don't know them at all.
Never heard of them. Can't say that I did. I don't know why. Our friend Tatiana, she was in chat last week, and when you told her, everyone, this was the album we were doing, she was excited.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
like we listened to similar stuff, so it's not like it wasn't around. I might have heard them before, and just never knew about them.
They're vibe. For sure.
Yeah.
They are
Okay.
alive.
So like Never Shout Never. You guys know Never Shout Never, right?
Yeah.
Christopher Drew, he sucks.
Yeah, he sucks ass. But like that's like, it's either you listen to that if you were like in the scene space, or you were the Lydia ones, right? The As Cities Burns ones. Right? Like that's where you
I don't listen to this. I listen to him like a man.
Sure. But like if you can even ask Jeremy, like which group did he like better? Never Shout Never, Lydia, and he's gonna tell you Lydia, because that's the path we went down.
It's all,
instead
we all
of
went that way.
This
Right.
to me sounded very much like, oh, I actually know how to play an instrument, so this is good. That's why I'm listening to it, because it's very good.
Like,
I didn't know instruments yet, so that
True.
makes sense.
True. That's fair.
Okay.
They do a lot more than you first initially hear.
Right. For the genre, you don't expect it to like have some intricate writing. Like there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Oh, there's a lot of
there's
a lot of neat shit.
Yeah, bass
happening.
guitarist is like on.
Oh, he's a jam, dude. Yeah.
He's jamming. But yeah, like it is a weird find, and if you like, I guess they do have some listeners on Spotify. It's probably just like everyone we know. Like
I also,
that
because
grouping of people.
They have the issue, like with Oceana, for instance, that there's another band that shares the name. And so they sometimes, like some of the albums that show up on their discography are not theirs. But so, they show up as the same because they're the same name technically. So I think it's been inflated because of that. I don't think that many people actually. I mean, I hope they do. I love Lydia, and this is a damn good album. But I don't think realistically that many people listen to him.
True.
You know what? You might be correct on that, but not for lack of trying. Okay, so let's get into it. This was Lydia, Illuminate. It's their second studio album. It was released originally on March 18th, 2008, and then reissued a few months later on October 21st, 2008, on Low Altitude Records. So first time around was with the same label as their debut album, and then they got picked up by a bigger one, reissued, Bing Bang Boom, with a bonus track. It has 11 tracks originally, coming in at 43 minutes and 3 seconds. The performers on this album were Leighton Antelman on lead vocals and piano, Steve McGraw on guitar. I wonder any relations to Tim McGraw? Probably not.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Craig Taylor on the drums, Ethan Kuzer on guitar. I love his name, Kuzer. Mindy White on the vocals and piano as well, and Evan Horrible on the bass. It has one feature, which is Aaron Marshall of Copeland on the vocals on Hospital and playing the trombone on All I Can See. So double duty for Mr. Aaron Marshall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when y'all saw them, you said you saw them with Copeland, right? Did
Right.
I assume he came out and did his vocals for Hospital, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're just
Yep, is that
second.
cool?
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Did he play
That
the
was-
trombone at all?
That was a wild show though.
I vaguely remember a trombone.
Yeah, I don't remember the entire set. 'Cause, I mean, it was a long time ago, but it was. We were with a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a
group that
clusterfuck
went
of a
down.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Really,
e-board
really weird group.
beforehand because that was at the old Orpheum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
So we did
Like the old Orpheum or now
Like-
the old Orpheum?
Yeah. the
our old Orpheum.
Okay.
Right.
Old
The hole in the wall
yeah,
one.
Yeah, the good one. Yeah, so like we
Not
did,
Josh, both
we did
Orpheums
e-board
were
shit.
holes in the wall.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
One was more of a
One was truly a hole in the wall.
yeah.
One had a little door cut in. Mouse was the bouncer.
I know.
The secret words was cheese.
Jeez.
The producers on this album were Matt Malpass, Lighton, and Steve from the band. Matt has worked with Rookie of the Year, Death Ships, All Get Out, Tides of Man,
Ooh.
Reliant
Makes
K,
sense.
Issues 311, Blink-182, and
Ooh.
the latest Tillian album.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah, like
That's
that.
actually
all around.
rad.
Tillian was in Tides of Man.
Yep.
Yes.
Right,
So it all
and-
comes together.
It all comes together with, especially with that style of music, kind of branching
Mm-hmm.
off from like the heavy and getting into the indie rock. This is kind of where it all started.
You know, what's funny is
Yeah.
I thought this was a Tampa band at first because they fit in so well with the scene here.
They are not.
They are from
Okay.
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
It must be very sad out in them deserts, waiting for rain. Maybe
Apparently.
my tears can beat the moisture in the air. The only
Sure.
singles from this album were "This Is Twice Now" and "I Woke Up Near the Sea." So, Hospital, surprisingly, not a single.
Yep.
Should
Weird. So
probably
weirdly.
been one.
Yep.
I think so.
And Fate, I feel like should have
Fate's a
been.
good one. I'm gonna
Yeah. That one's fun.
The album was originally streamed in its entirety on the website absolutepunk.net a day before it came out on March 17th. The artwork for the album was created by Becky Phillip, who is one part of the dream pop duo The Honey Trees. And finally, because there wasn't a lot, I looked a little bit. I tried to do my due diligence. There was not a lot for this album, surprisingly, even at the time.
I'm not really surprised, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
They were, they were just a random find on MySpace.
Right.
Yeah.
MySpace was king.
Yeah.
That's
was
funny
king.
enough. We are not the only ones who did an album review for this one on YouTube, though. There's
Really?
one other person, but that's for later.
Is it recent?
Okay.
No, it was from like 2016.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
uh,
Okay.
and yeah, so Illuminate was named the best album of 2008 by AbsolutePunk.net in a combined end of the year staff list.
Wait, overall?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Wow.
I didn't
Hey,
see. 2008 was
when
a good
I
year
said-
for music.
when I said that the review ratings were surprisingly high, meant it. Like I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
We have some pretty people like this album. At least people writing articles back then liked this album.
I mean, it's a good album, man. Really good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey, that's it.
Oh,
So,
okay,
Brett?
Okay.
Yeah, I told not a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
that's-
like their career, kind of. Unfortunately.
Man, you know,
Sure.
they're small enough that they would watch this.
I know. Although I couldn't tag them on Instagram, so probably not. They don't have an Instagram.
Well,
There's like a million other
apparently-
Lydias before you get to that.
According to Fiona, Instagram's dead. So
Yeah.
from what I
Oh,
saw
really?
in that chat, yeah.
Hmm.
Thought-
Well,
Oh, cool.
Brett, tell me your
Dumb.
thoughts on this album. What'd you think of it?
oh,
You picked it?
I like it. I like it a lot.
No way.
Yeah, I know. Surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
Shaw, bro. No. So yeah. I'm just gonna go through the bullet points because we've kind of said it already a few times.
Right.
songwriting, lyrics, great. If you want to cry yourself while you unalive, do it. Musicianship, really good. Those guys are playing really, really intricate parts that you just, like I said, before, on first listen or just kind of like not really paying attention, you're not going to hear it. But if you actually are paying attention and listening, for the basses, for instance, dude's slapping everywhere. Like that dude is going.
Yep.
Whoever the hell is playing the guitar parts and shit, like they're going, man. It's doing the things. So yeah, I mean, there's guitar solos that sound pretty rad here and there. Like they know what they're doing. Production. That is probably the biggest surprise, is that this is an album from 2008 as a debut that sounds really good.
Not debut. Second album.
Second album. Okay, all right, well, still, yeah.
Still. Sophomore.
Sophomore album. 2008. Like, you don't expect them to sound good, especially a smaller band.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that is awesome. The originality, I do think that it was pretty damn original. I know it's not, the first band to do this kind of stuff, but like for a long time there was nothing like this, I would say, and it was really refreshing when it did come out, which is why I've always kind of kept with it throughout all the years. It just stands out a lot, and of course the memorability. I remembered all of this shit. For me, this is definitely the highest rated album that I've done.
Oh,
but
like just in general?
Of the year.
Of the year.
Okay. All right.
I will say I got a lower number than I was expecting it to do.
Okay.
It's because I did try to keep it real still.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to go fanboy over it. But it was definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's up there.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Josh?
All right. Yeah. So I think, like a wave of nostalgia like hit me hard last week when you said, "Hey, we're gonna listen to this album," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Right. like it feels so good to listen to that you totally forget about. Even though it was like a decent part of our musicianship lives, like as we were learning guitars and being in bands and doing stuff, it's like, man, This band kind of was influential in that kind of space. But you get past your hipster phase and then you forget about them, and that's what happened to me. Not saying that their music is forgettable, because literally I hear the song again after fucking like 10 years and I'm like, I know the words to this.
Yep.
Where is this back here? It's hidden in my brain. Very cool stuff. I remember, like a lot of the like bass work. Like now that I'm like, I would say my ear's better. I'm a shittier musician now than I was because I don't practice anymore. But like my ear's better now, right? And I can hear a lot of stuff that I wasn't ever paying attention to back then. And I'm like, wow, there's some really interesting parts. And I will say his voice got on my nerves. Like,
really?
Yeah, there was some stuff in there that I was like, man, you're
voice?
like, close your mouth a little bit. Like, we're not trying to be like fucking Tom DeLonge in here. Right? Like, it's a little much. But like, I really like his tone of voice. Like, it fits well with the arrangement of the music. But the sound of his voice is not really what I want.
Really?
Always be hearing.
Interesting.
Timbre. That's good point.
See, I would agree with you on like Manchester. Andy's voice is a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit. But I think what's good about, maybe it's just indie rock in general. They all have like very unique vocalists generally.
Sure.
I think it's how much the arrangement needs that voice. And with this kind of music, you don't necessarily need a high register like his.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You don't need because the music's already in standard, right? It's already high. it's almost like it doesn't fit in your.
So let me ask you this
Range?
then.
Yeah.
Would you rather have like a Paul Meany from Mute Math do this, where it's still that kind of whispery? You know, there's definitely some softness to it, but it's a lower octave, more median kind of range.
Yeah, I think the only low, like, bit of the arrangement would be the bass guitar, and it's a little subdued. It's pulled back a little bit, you know, because there's keyboards, because there's two guitars,
Another
and
vocalist.
his voice, another a female
two-
vocal,
two-
and his vocal. It's a lot of high register and not enough low register. So if he were able to have, you know, Mindy sing the higher parts and he pulls down a little, maybe it could have balanced out the arrangement a little more.
Like,
in
if-
terms of that.
So, say for instance, minus the bear, his vocals would go well with this.
Yeah, I think so. I think you do need a lower voice, but I could be totally wrong. If we go back and we sing it, it could sound like ass.
See, that's
It
So,
worked-
like, you know.
It worked it into the mirror, so
That's what I kind of
Yeah.
like about these guys, though, is that they are like this. This reminds me a lot of the first two albums from Deer Hunter.
okay.
You know, it's as far as production and that kind of
like
the voices
like Black
thing
Sandy
go.
Beaches. And
Yeah,
stuff.
like there's
yeah.
you know the what was it, Act 1 and 2, like the
Mhm.
the whole mix overall, everything seems very high. There's no mids. There's either some
Right.
bass
It's
and,
very-
and
very
drum
trebly.
shit going on, or everything's up high.
Yeah.
You know, there's
And
no-
that could just be, you know, sign of the times, right? Like, what's 2008? You're talking about those first two albums,
Yeah.
right after Receiving Ends of Sirens for Deer Hunter. Like, that's right around the same time. I think it's just maybe it's just production that's
There's
hitting
just,
me.
yeah, just
Aosin, you know,
Seosin.
Cab,
mhm.
Death. Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, you know,
Oh, that would be
Mute
a
Math
decent,
at
like,
the time too. Yeah.
yeah, like Death Cab for Cutie, lead
Ludo.
singer. His vocal is not like theatrical or anything, and it's not necessarily too high, but they're all in the same register. Could he stick himself into a band like Lydia? I think Leighton's vocal. I think he could do it, but I think there is something unique about Leighton's voice. But at the same time, it's a little off-putting if you don't expect that's what you're going into. And I think there might be, maybe it's a West Coast thing. Maybe I hear too much of that, like he's like, it's like singing in cursive. There's a lot of like roundedness to some of the things, and it's a little weird.
That's fair. I mean, I get what you're saying.
I do like the
it's
atmosphere.
like he's doing this the whole time. Like,
I like the West Coast stuff.
Yeah, that's because that's who you are, Brett.
Yeah.
that's you. But I will say, as a package and the atmosphere, it creates a great space. And like we said, we've seen them live, and that's fun as shit too. It's a wall of sound. It's really, I don't know, powerful stuff. He's singing about really interesting stuff. Clearly sad about some. So hopefully he's not sad anymore. But if he is, at least he's gonna make good music about it. Yeah, I think. Are we going through our categories, or are we waiting
I did.
Oh.
for that section?
You can. I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna do it eventually anyway.
Okay. I'll just quickly, because I'm kind of was talking about it already.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. Originality, like no one was really doing this at that time. It was like a nice discovery to get out of, like, yeah, there's so much metalcore, like, and so much pop punk. Like, is there anything else? And this was a nice little shift in that. Memorability, like I said, it's forgettable, but it's like in your brain. And when you get it like triggered, it's like, holy shit, that exists in there. That was a really interesting thing to feel when I was listening to it. And again, you were talking about the production. Like, it sounds like the best thing out of this time period.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
everything else sounds like shit. And this really sounds like they put in some work to make this sound good. Regardless of my little quips about like the vocal timbre and stuff like that, but that's small comparative to like the entire package itself. But overall, I would say, yeah, a little above average. Maybe I could have given it a little more, but like at my first couple listens through, I'm like, yeah, I think this is where it belongs for me personally.
Okay,
A little above
That's fair.
average.
that's fair. That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
I definitely agree. I think this is a grower of an album. I didn't quite get it first round through, especially I'm like, how is it Brett that picked this? You know, this is so out of left field for everything I've ever heard you listen to prior to this. So I was like, what? But as I did listen to it, I got it. I love how dreamy and calm it is. It's very much happy music to be sad to.
Yes. Yes.
I definitely hear.
Good point.
Because everything's kind of because it's in standard. It's in more or less a major key. You know, you don't have anything, for instance. Like that's also pop punky stuff that really sad lyrics too, but they're also playing in E flat, so a little bit more grungier, I guess. I don't know. This is a very clean. Yeah, this is a very clean sounding album. It's very well produced, very well produced. Loved it. I did a Trump thing right there. I'm sorry.
Hello.
The atmosphere, very well done.
Yeah.
But I definitely get like big hymn vibes too, but less gothy and more indie, like him's little brother that wanted to be an art student. And then they're like a less mainstream Death Cab. I think they definitely fit into the same bucket of things to compare to each other.
Could they go on tour together? Yeah,
absolutely.
They could totally go on tour together.
I'd be surprised if they didn't. Honestly, it's like a dream pairing. You got Death Cab's 4-minute bass only solo and like one of their biggest songs, and then you got this band being Tides of Man version of that.
Right. Sure.
So these guys were like with Harvard and Copeland and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. I saw those names mentioned as looking up this band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Harvard especially.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't know who that is. I just saw the name and I was like, oh look, they did the A as a V too. Cool.
Yep. They actually did it at first.
Oh, really?
They got in trouble, and that's when they switched.
They got yelled at for that. Yeah.
Just like Paris got yelled at by being named Paris, I guess.
Yeah.
I assume. I don't know.
And
but the
churches. Can't be churches.
Churches. The melodies are top. Really like all the instrumentations. A lot of stuff, big brain stuff going on. And I ended up liking it a lot. I want to listen to it more. I feel like both of the albums this week kind of suffer in the fact that, like, Brett, you've grown up with this album. Josh, you've known of this album too. Like, so it goes back further for you guys. As for me, it goes back to Monday. When I first started like really listening to it. Yeah. And same thing happened to what we do on Sunday, the new album.
Frank Turner.
Frank Turner.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't have the history with Frank Turner that I would like to. So yeah, a quick turnaround is like my theme for this week, and I think I reviewed it fairly based on that. Like, knowing that I will probably listen to this more going forward. I love the first song on the album. I've been humming that to myself.
That's a good one.
On my thing. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and they have other albums too, and that's, I think, a lot of people forget that they keep making music, right? Like, it's like the biggest small band you don't know, or whatever the term. You know what I'm saying?
It was really shocking that, like, of all the bands we could be doing today, we were doing this band and this album. And then for the first time ever, Tati raids us because they just became affiliate. Yay them. And she happened to know the band and the album, and she listened to it a lot. And I'm like, what are the chances of that?
Right.
Yep. Super hipster, dude.
Yeah. Omega hipster. But let's find out just how hipster they were by looking at all the hipster publications that were too good and liked better the music than you because their horses were so damn high. It's Skewed and Review time. The podcast within a podcast where I go deep into the internet's hole. Deep. And I come out of the hole with a nice little chunk of reviews for you, and then these two are going to guess the average based on that chunk of reviews. That chunk of reviews being this. Sputnik Music gave it 8.4. Rate Your Music gave it a 7.04. All Music gave it a 9. Punk News gave it a 7. Album of the Year's average was a 7.8. Ultimate Guitars user average was an 8.6. And then finally, there was a YouTube video, mentioned it before, done by Gavin LPM Band back in like 2016. It's just this kid on a couch, moving at like 2 frames a second.
Wait, hold on. You got to do the pose. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everyone that sits on the fucking couch, I don't know why. They're just.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why you don't sit on couches.
That's why you don't sit on a couch. Yeah.
You get a chair. Yep.
Yeah, sure, and you
Sit
sit
in
up
the
like
office.
an
Everybody
adult.
else. Yeah.
Like a.
Anywho,
Yeah.
they gave it a 10. They gave it a 5 out of 5. Double that up. That's a 10 out of 10. So,
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's a good album.
a very good album. What'd you say you is the average?
We got a lot
was
of
thinking-
mid-8s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Couple 7s could have brought it down a spell.
Yeah, but that 10's going to help out.
That 10 and that
And
9.
the 9, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to say 8.4.
8.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 8.4.
Okay.
Josh?
Okay. I'm gonna go a little lower than that. I'm gonna go like 7.9. I don't want to give it an 8,
Oh, okay.
just because there were some things that were a little low, but I could be wrong. I'm suck at math, as everyone knows.
Well, Josh, you win this time, but from far, far away. Brett was actually closer. It's an 8.26.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
Yeah. Maybe
Right.
that one should be who gets closer. Yeah. So Brett would have won that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still figuring out the game. That
So we
doesn't
could
really
do
exist.
Price is Right. Price is Right. It's fine.
I was
I
thinking.
think
yeah,
Price is Right for the next one is works better.
Okay. As long as we can do Plinko, I'm cool with it.
This is our Plinko.
This is our play. Yeah.
Okay.
So enough about them. Let's just talk more about us. What did everyone think of it in a number valued form?
Yeah.
It was your.
Yeah,
pick.
I'll go first because, yeah, this is my album. Overall, my score for this, again, I said I was expecting it to be high. It was a little lower than I thought, but it is still a pretty high number. I gave it an 8.65.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is your
All
highest.
right.
That's my highest
like
one.
that is astronomical for you.
Yeah, that's it. You know, I was
It's
I
an
was adding
easy.
it.
It's an easy listen. It's a really
an easy
easy
listen, man. It's so good and it sounds good. Like, and I remember, well, of course, you know, I picked it because, you know, I fucking remember it, but but like, it's a good album, man. I really like it.
Okay.
Josh, I think
Josh,
you can go first.
about you?
Or
I'll go next. All right. So yeah, I don't think I like it as much as Brett, but I do like it.
Okay.
Right. It is above average, but I don't break 8. Okay.
Ooh.
7.76.
7.76.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't break 8.
Hamza
That's for next week. When I tell you guys
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
deciding to pick.
Oh yeah, me and Cody have been going back and forth on what you're gonna pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have
Okay.
two.
Going
I
back
have
and
two
forth what I'm
ideas.
gonna pick. Brett, you see, I added the Hamza Allah emote from
Hamza Allah.
Hamza Allah. Anywho,
Yes.
hey, check out the small streamer named Pay Money Webby.
Yeah,
Great guy.
yeah, small streamer.
Yeah.
Number 36.
Yeah, number 36. Okay, so for me, yeah, I'm very close to Brett, actually. I ended up being very close to Brett.
Wait, am I the highest one this time?
You're the highest one, yeah.
Holy shit, that's
I
never
mean,
happened.
it's your pick.
But that's
though, you know
never
what I'm
happened.
saying?
The world is ending. Yeah, even
Especially
when
with a
those-
retro. Like with a retro, if it's your pick, you probably liked it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, well, true.
it's a little different than the normal week.
I don't
You know,
think
but-
even my retros I was the highest though.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
there
think
you
so.
go.
I don't think so.
You get the
Just
pick.
hate music, I
I
guess.
just
There's a
hate
lot.
everything, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, have you not seen my life? Like,
I don't listen to any music.
I hate it all.
I fucking hate everything, dude.
Emo February.
February.
There's a reason why we pick these things.
Okay, so anyway, Memorability got the lowest for me, just because it's still new to me.
That's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair.
Only 4 days old. I still gave it an 8 because that first song I've been hearing it over and over and over again, and I do like it a lot.
Well, the whole album's similar to that too. Like,
Right,
yeah, if you like that one, you're gonna like the rest of it.
You're gonna like the rest.
Yeah, unlike when, say, for instance, we did Bro Job, and it was just stupid heavy the whole time.
Yeah.
And Brett, your main complaint was that you got to the end of the album and you didn't know it was the end of the album.
Yes.
I didn't have that instance. I knew we reached the end because it just restarted, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the first song. So that's good, but it did just kind of blend all the way through, but in a positive way, like not in a way
I
that
can
was
see that, though.
detrimental to the album.
Yeah,
Like,
I can
it-
see that.
Yeah, because it sounded good.
because it
While
didn't only
doing that.
sound good, but because every song kind of had the same vibe and all that stuff, it just felt like you were flowing through a story. Like this was, it's like you know how like the Moldy Peaches basically did all the music for Juno. This is like
Sure.
an album for an indie movie back in the mid 2000s.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's
perfect
fair.
soundtrack
That's
to that.
fair,
Like
yeah.
you just zone out while you're driving in GTA and just look into the sunset in Forza, and you just enjoy your ride, man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it necessarily say it's a summer album, but it's definitely like a February album. February has been so lonely, Kurt Travis.
Right. Tail end of
musicianship-
winter.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Everything's just rainy
Starting
and
to
it's
warm up
hot and
again.
it's cold and it's hot and it's cold and it sucks. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is a.
Mhm.
I'm sure
I mean,
that's like
why.
that
That's
in
why she's
Arizona.
holding a little umbrella.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Right. That's the
Just getting into hurricane season. That's all it is.
Yeah.
point.
Musicianship and productivity gave it 9. Thought it was very, very good. Songwriting, I gave it an 8.2 just because still unfamiliar with the lyrics. Not that they were bad or anything. And then originality, 8.4. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely in this time, not a lot of bands sounding like this. I honestly still to this day not a lot of bands sounding like this.
You know,
Or at least this good.
yeah. A full
Okay.
thing like this. Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah. Very well comprised for sure.
So my average came out to an 8.52.
Oh, you guys are
Yeah.
up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
All
surprised you didn't break 8, Josh. To be honest, I thought you were gonna hit like an
It's-
8.1 or something.
It's good. It ain't
We
that
needed
good.
we needed someone to round us out. It's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, it's usually my job. You can take my job.
That's fine.
Okay. So, chat,
To the wall, of retro.
YouTube,
Well, hold on,
Spotify,
hold
to
on.
the wall of retro.
There it is. Hold it.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. Where is this one going? Tell me the number. I don't just the placement. I don't need the numbers yet.
All right. It breaks 10.
Scoot that down.
Well,
We have an
Maybe
8.6, an 8.5, and a 7.9. Basically.
yeah.
7.9, 7.8, because you're 7.7.
Yeah. 7.8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did
7.8.
7.9 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Or 7.6. And it, round up 7.8.
I think it's 12.
You think it's going in 12?
I'm thinking
there's a
it's
big
just above
a decent
chunk.
gap
There was a-
between 12 and 11. There's a decent gap.
Yep.
right
Yeah,
there.
the gap is between Chunk, No Cap, and Chunk's Gone Are the Good Days, and 4 Year Strong's Brain Pain, 8.19 to 8.43. So
Yeah, I think
big
it's in
old
there.
gap there.
Yeah, and if we look at it, obviously, 4 Year Strong and Chunk, they're both easy core bands. They're very similar styles
They're both
and the
Brett
way they write
bands.
their music.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
are.
both breath bands. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this group sure is a Brett band, but it is a different genre,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? So,
So you're both saying 12?
I'm gonna go with 12.
yeah, I think it's 12.
That's a pretty easy one because of how big that gap is. I will give you that.
Right.
Yeah,
So it is
Right.
the new number 12.
looks like you.
What was the around the
joke?
net average?
The view skewed and reviewed average was 8.26.
That's what it is.
You think it's an 8.26?
I'm gonna say an 8.21.
8.2. Okay. Yeah,
I
I will go with an 8.25 just not to be with the internet.
Fuck the internet.
I kind of want to give it an 8.3, but I don't think it goes up.
I don't think it's I don't think it's going there.
I'm gonna need someone to lock it in.
I'm saying 2-1.
Okay,
I'm calling
I'm
2-1.
going
2-1.
2.5.
Josh, you win, but you were also wrong. It did break an 8.3.
Damn it.
Oh.
But good for you.
Yeah, good.
Right?
I'm glad.
Yeah. Okay.
8.31.
Okay.
Well, I guess an 8.6 and an 8.5.
yeah, I figured.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it up there.
All right. So if we look at the top 12, let's just say, or no, top 15, anything over 8.
Yeah. I'd agree.
So
That's a hell of a
I think
list.
so, because although
really
it is interesting, Brett, because you love Two Door a lot, at break 8, but it got real close.
Who was it? I think it was you, because of the drums.
I like that.
It
Oh,
was because of the drums. That
you're
was
I
right.
think that's what it
your
was.
biggest complaint of it.
You're right. Drums are hella boring in that.
Yep, I think that's what did that one.
True. I mean, that's pretty solid. I still can't believe Rise Against this as it is.
As high as it is, yeah.
Yeah, because like I have not gone back to listen to it, but I do. It
No?
was good to listen to the first time.
I've listened to Nowhere Generation a few times, like the song. So I do like that
What
song a
would
lot.
you? Let me ask you guys something. It's been rattling around in my head how we can incorporate the listening experience of sorts into both the review part and the list as they exist. If I made a playlist of just the singles from the albums and just updated it along with this, would that work?
It would be cool. Would I listen to it? Probably not.
Okay.
I don't listen to really any of our stuff as far as like
Playlist.
my time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm
Yeah,
streaming,
I
then I'll
think-
turn it on. But if we're, if I'm sitting at work or driving,
I don't know if you do this for breaking down the breakdown, but if you put like the singles on there, do you do that? Or some of them?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, you have. Okay, that's probably the best way to do it. Because if I am just like washing dishes, I'll throw on a random playlist like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll workshop it.
I
Figure
kind
it
of
out.
like
Okay.
when it's my personal time listening to music, I am like, I want to listen to AFI right now, or I want to listen to Seosin, I want to listen.
Yeah, you're
You've
always
You've never
been.
been a
I'm gonna,
playlist guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the band.
Yes, yeah. Listen, I turn
Yeah,
on an
you've always
album.
been like
I don't do playlists too much.
Yeah, I do playlists with
Yeah, I do
me and
too.
Jen because we add a bunch of shit to different things.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I like playlists. I just don't know what I've always just kind of done that.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I think that's a good placement. I think that's solid. It belongs in the 8s for sure. And I mean, mine was pretty close, but I'm doing my shit like non-bias. Next
Yeah.
week might be a different situation.
Hey, you're allowed
Situation
to.
though, because
So is it time to?
I have 3. Are we gonna go for it? We're gonna. It's my
So
turn.
we
to pick.
got the score. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then for next Thursday, our next retro, right? I have 3 choices. But before I give you my choices, what were you guys going back and forth? You said that you think you know what I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
I want to know what you guys thinking. Because if it's somewhere around there, I'll go with that. But
Go for it, Cody. You can go first.
Oh, I already forgot. Like the used, we were thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking the used as a
Okay.
like a kind of a left fielder.
all right.
I think my top choice for you, if you were to do like an emo type of album, because you've already done Hawthorne Heights.
Yes.
I'm thinking Census Fail.
Hawthorne Heights again.
Okay. So Brett,
I'm thinking
you're thinking
Census Fail.
Census Fail.
I was also
Okay.
thinking maybe Jimmy Eat World.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So those all very, very good. Brett, you're closer up for this particular pick because I was going to choose Census Fail.
Yeah, I fucking knew it.
So that's option 1. But I have 2 other options that are wildly different.
Yeah, Pop Rush.
No. Wildly different.
All right. Okay.
One being a band. I don't even know how we found them, but they only have like 1 album, and one of the songs is like a cover of a Motley Crue song, and then 2.
Halifax.
Yes, that was the other one, and then I also thought because it is like the 15-year anniversary of Fall Out Boy's Infinity on High. That was my other one that I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some say possibly their best album of all time. I don't agree with that.
Some say.
But some say. But yeah, those are my three choices. What are we feeling as a group here? Do we want true screamo royalty? Do we want weird fucking band? Or do we want the only emo band to survive?
Dude, it's gotta be on you.
That's up to you, dude.
Yeah.
I would do any three of those, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I don't think the Halifax isn't going to be fun because no one knows it but me and you, Brett. Like no, the rest of the world doesn't know who the fuck that band even is.
Canada.
Maybe we can save that. So kick that one out. I think we should save some of the 15-year anniversaries for another time as well. So we should go with Senses Fail. Let It Unfold You.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. Another
Almost
one of
as
those.
if.
I've seen them like 5 times.
Yeah, that's what, dude.
I fucking love Senses Fail.
We're talking about emo shit, and I'm like, okay, we've already gone through like the, traditional emo stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pick something else, which is therefore Senses Fail. Like,
Right. There's
nothing else.
Let It
Hawthorne
Unfold You?
Heights. Yeah, Let It Unfold You.
Nice.
So we have Senses Fail, Hawthorne Heights, and Silverstein. I already did Hawthorne Heights. I gotta go with Silverstein. Some point.
Silverstein would be a good one.
At some
dude.
point. But because they just had their like 20-year anniversary, Senses Fail, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with it.
All right.
Another one of those
Yeah.
bands that always been super interested in, and I like what I've heard, but I've never
Oh, really?
dived on into the full. Yep.
Oh, okay.
They're just.
I mean, the first song I knew by them was a remix on the Underworld album, the second one.
But they were on Guitar Hero.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably knew that one
too. I think Guitar Hero 2.
So I've
Well,
seen
then I
I've seen
definitely
Senses
played it.
Fail. I've seen Senses Fail play this whole album straight through, like as a tour. I've seen Still Searching as an album straight through. Seen them randomly like 4 times. Other than that, like at Warp Tours.
What
and
was the last one I saw?
different things.
What was
This
the
is a
one that
great-
had Mia Moore?
Renancer.
Renancer. That's it. That's the one. That was the last one.
That was like when they decided I'm gonna be a hardcore band now.
Uh-huh.
It was really weird.
I like that album a lot, though.
That's a good album
That's a
too,
really good
but
album.
like it's not screamo at all.
No.
It's actually funny, Josh. This may be our first repeat band, depending on how we do things, because they have a new album coming out in July.
Ooh.
Yes,
Definitely
and
gonna
it's-
do.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's good. The singles we've heard are good.
And Steve Carey finally playing.
He's
He's
actually in the
official.
band now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here
That's
first.
next. That's next Thursday, y'all.
Cool.
It's gonna be a great time.
Oh, yeah.
I love
On
this album
Sunday,
so much.
though, yikes!
Yeah, Sunday's
Burn
gonna be. Oof.
Big old
The angry screaming dudes, of course.
barely. The screaming parts is the worst part I heard so far.
It's so fucking bad.
It's
Okay.
not great.
All right, chat, YouTube, and podcast platforms. Goodbye.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. All
Yeah,
of you.
We're gonna go listen to music now. Goodbye.